Welcome in. Okay, so we have 3 cards. I pulled the bottom of the deck. We have 3 more cards. So this is about financial growth, financial stability, but this is also about us resisting our ability to trust ourselves. Some of you are trying to climb a financial, I don't want to say a ladder. There's a ladder in this picture here, right? I put the ladder in there. But some of you are trying to financially provide, to create stability, a solid foundation. It does take time. It does take work. We have the Pentacles here. Pentacles are the working suit. Pentacles has to do with putting in the time, putting in the labor. It's the Earth zodiacs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. It does mean years. It means something that you've been putting time in over the last, I'm going to say minimum of 3 years. 2 to 3 years, excuse me, because we also have the Pentacles here. Pentacles, 2. In terms of timing, 2 years. So this is about putting in energy, physical comforts, things you're trying to maintain, the physical comforts, your home, the cars, the assets, the luxuries. This is about your well-being, your emotional well-being, because also at the bottom of the deck, I did pull this card, the Star. This is about nurturing yourself. This is about confidence, courage, loving yourself. We literally just had this reading. I feel like this is a pretty close reading to the one we did over the weekend because we have the Pentacles, the 3 Pentacles, and the Star. And the High Priestess was in the reading before. So the energy, the message is still trying to reach somebody. It's still trying to register across somebody's radar. It's a little bit different. We had the Ace of Cups, I believe it was. You guys will have to go back and look. But here it is again, a new beginning, the Ace of Wands. So this is my fire people, my fire zodiacs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire transforms. Fire moves quickly. Fire doesn't ask. Fire consumes. Fire's not like, hey, do you mind? Fire's like, right? So there's something here about you're trying to move forward. I don't see any air here. So air is like a quicker moving sign. I don't see the Chariot here, but I'm feeling like there's something here about we want to move forward and we want to do it quickly. The message is to slow down though. Pentacles. We have Pentacles. 3 out of the 6 cards, 3 are Pentacles. So to me, that is saying this is a slower moving energy around sustainability as far as your money is concerned. So somebody needs to hear that. You definitely need to be grounded. I'm going to show you guys these cards why I'm saying that. Grounded here, this person is sitting down. This is requiring you to be still and to be grounded. This is also person sitting, being grounded. Homegirl's in a flower pot. She's sitting, she is grounded. Literally, she is growing. You are the seed. You just need to nurture yourself. Nurture yourself through your confidence. Nurture yourself through believing in yourself, that you have the ability. You have all the resources that you need. Now we're going to get into the cards specifically. Ace of Pentacles, because I'm looking at it here in my notes, literally just regurgitates all of that. Don't expect instant results. When you see the Ace, this is not usually an instant gratification kind of a message. Remember what we just said. You want to move quickly. This is not an overnight situation. This is something that's going to take some time. I'm not saying it's going to take years. What I'm saying is if you rush shit, you're going to miss stuff. You're going to miss it. Mistakes are made. When we do like a pressure buy, if you buy a house and you do it under pressure, generally you like end up regretting it. It's kind of like buyer's remorse. You're like, oh man, like we got to fix the roof. We got to replace the furnace. We got to, right? There's all these things that you kind of overlook because you're just trying to get into a house. The same thing now applies to your finances and your money and your ability to either collaborate. This is business. You guys could be trying to break away on your own, like leaving a 9-to-5 retail or an out there job. And maybe you're trying to figure out a way to creatively create and sustain your own abundance from within the home. Because as we said, this is connected to home. So why would that not mean then run a business from home? You are resisting it. You're fighting something. There's something here that you're fighting. You're struggling. It could be the third party. It could be the third party's approach. It could have something to do with resisting time. It could have something to do with resisting money. I'm going to pull cards on that. I don't normally do this, but where I see somebody very close to my heart in this reading, I feel like I need to go deeper. So we'll do that at the end as an extra bonus for anybody who wants to stick around. So that is the Ace, 2 of Pentacles. Again, do I stay or do I go? So that is the question. The question some of you are asking, do I take action? Or do I simply pull back and just let things fall into place, right? There's a little bit of timing here. I feel like timing is kind of an issue for some of you. This is a time-sensitive decision. Do I stay or do I go? Trying to find and maintain balance. We literally said that. That's what this card is. That's why I put this person on a unicycle. It's in reverse. You're feeling out of balance. You're feeling like, okay, money is shifting. I don't know where it's coming in. I don't know how much needs to go out. Balancing. This is it's balancing your time and your money. Multitasking. A lot of people some of you here might be feeling like you're multitasking and your priorities are getting away from you. So adaptability is something to consider. That would be the medicine, the recommendation, the takeaway, right? Adaptability, juggling your life, your social life, and hustle and bustle making your money. Okay, this could again be connected to relationships. Relationships might have something to do with this. I want to jump down to Six of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn has to do with dynamics, giving and receiving. Maybe you're giving too much and you're not getting enough back. Maybe you're putting in too many hours at the office, wherever the office may be. It could be in your basement, could be somewhere in your home. It could be maybe you're renting, you're subletting somewhere, maybe you have a storefront, or maybe you're just out in the workforce. Maybe you're putting in too much time and you're not getting enough kickback financially. You're not getting enough reward, or maybe you're not getting enough recognition from this third party or a party that is outside of yourself. Hopefully this is making sense for you guys. Six of Pentacles is overall, it is a generally positive card, but in reverse, we're talking to self-care. Some of you are compromising your health. It's right here. It shows on the table. Some of you are compromising your health. And again, no names mentioned, but I know he'll probably find this video. Your back goes out, or you have your neck is stiff, or you have hands or feet start to swell and you're like, what's going on? Because your body's internalizing this lack of balance emotionally that's being caused or driven by the stress and the neuroses of the financial situation that we're talking about this afternoon or this evening, or whatever time it is when you guys are tuning in. So again, Six of Pentacles is absolutely 100% talking about finances, material things. We already talked about that. The cars, keeping your cars, your home, being able to afford the mortgage, putting gas, filling the propane, getting the pellets ready, right? If you guys were headed into fall here very shortly. So we'll start talking about the home, the comforts, the necessities, the luxuries. In reverse, this could be something here again about somebody who's being selfish. That is the other side of this card, but also that could be what's out of balance. There could be somebody here who's being self-serving. I was going to say self-centered. Somebody who is being a little bit more concerned about their own needs versus the needs of the other people that are involved in this situation. 3 people. I could be talking to 3 of yous, or you and a couple of other people. So now we're talking about codependency. So now this pushes another storyline. This is pushing that codependency button. You don't want to have to be reliant on other people to make your money. You want to be self-reliant. When people are codependent, they tend to seek fulfillment from other people, putting all of your eggs in one basket. So again, you need to learn how to have confidence in your inner self, your inner knowing. When we start giving our power, our authority away, this creates an unhealthy balance around money. This creates unhealthy emotions around money. This creates toxic and low frequencies and emotional upset around how we make money, and it stresses us out. Okay, you guys may have heard those kind of ways about talking about money and codependency. Would we rely on other people to give us a paycheck, help us pay our bills? There's expectation there. You expect to be paid every Friday or every third week or every second week or bi-weekly or right? We have expectation. And when those needs aren't being met, it creates a disruption, right? Things become out of balance, all right? I feel like we hammered that one in. Enough. So let's wrap this up to a conclusion, because this was the bottom of the deck. These 3 cards were the bottom of the deck. 6 of Pentacles was at the bottom. This is about your finances, kind of feeling like, oh, shit's about to hit the fan. You're out of whack. Nurturing yourself, believing in yourself, loving yourself enough to speak up and say, hey, this is what I need. And also better managing your time, your priorities, getting yourself just organized. We need to be doing a better job for somebody. We need to be looking at that. What came out in the tarot? There's a new beginning here. So wrapping it up now, conclusion is it's connected to some kind of a collaboration or partnership that you are considering if you're not already invested in that. And this is definitely 100% connected to a theme of believing in yourself. This is the High Priestess for anybody who doesn't really know like tarot cards or what they mean, but this archetype is about wisdom. This is about believing in yourself, trusting in yourself. You know what you know. Your gut is telling you something is wrong, or your gut is telling you, yes, go for it, right? So I can't remember now if this was in reverse or not, but either way, there is something here about your subconscious. And I feel like it was in reverse. I can't remember. I think it was in reverse. But we're not listening to that. We're not trusting that process. And because we are doubting ourselves, we are fear-based, we are having reservation, we are having hesitation, we are resisting. Just even saying that, it pulls the brakes on what you're trying to create. That's how energy works. What you're saying and what you're thinking are not on the same page. And that is very confusing to source energy or God or whatever your belief system is. Buddha, right? Whatever your belief system is, whatever you pray or meditate to, if you are thinking it, but then you're saying something that's in contrast or contrary, that is mixed energy. And you're never going to get what you're asking for because you're not believing what you're asking for. I really hope this is making sense, my dears. I hope this is making sense. The High Priestess. I'm trying to go up here. High Priestess. I'm like scrolling while I'm talking. You have all of the answers that you need. If you don't trust yourself, then you need to have those conversations with whoever these people are. Okay, so hopefully you guys know this. When we talk about this, when we're holding this card up and we're talking about a collaboration, a partnership, it could be, again, like I said, something that's relatively new. Maybe you're onboarding people. Seasonal hires, right? We're getting into, the Christmas season, so we could be talking about onboarding seasonal people. Maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had that needs to shift this energy of self-doubt. And when that conversation is had, only then will that be in true alignment, balance. That'll be in a harmonious balance, alignment with what you're thinking and what you're saying will be in alignment, and it will amplify what you're feeling. All right, you guys see what I'm saying here? What we say, what we feel, what we think, if any of those are fragmented and they're not in alignment, your manifestations, your asks, your calling, your desires, it's going to be like pushing uphill. It's going to be pushing energy uphill. That is the High Priestess in reverse. Disconnected. You are disconnected from your intuition. Okay? That is the reading. I think we talked about the Ace of Wands, my Aries, Leo, Sag people. Again, this is Earth. This is Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. So we have a lot of Earth here. So the message, again, another suggestion, takeaway, the medicine, the advice, the diagnoses, whatever, pick a word, is to be centered. Be grounded. Do what you need to do to get into that grounded space. Go for a walk. Do some breathing. I don't even know. Take a salt bath. Light candles. Talk to somebody who can be neutral and be supportive and not pick sides and just stir you up and get you more amped up, right? I'm just looking for my wands before I let you guys go here. Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Come on, wands. Wands, yes, in terms of weeks. I did not ask for our timing cards, my friends, but I'm going to tell you, this message, something I need to back up real quick. The way that I do my tarot readings, it's a 24-hour snapshot. So right now, the energy that's playing out right now is like a 24-hour snapshot. However, when you should find this, if you're not here yet, right? And you should find this in like a week, that's when you're supposed to find it. That's how it works. That's how intention and energy works. The cards are saying a timing of this event that we're talking about tonight, 1 week. So we're talking like from now, go out a week. If it's not already happening now, this is a becoming kind of a message. You are in transition. This is a transitional message. Please only take what resonates. If this is not your reading, that's okay. They're not all going to land. They can't all be for you, right? Only take what resonates. Maybe this is your reading. Hopefully it is. Wands is about transformation. This is about forward movement. There is a opportunity here for you guys. This has to do with your willpower. This has to do with your ability to be resilient, to push through whatever this energetic blockage is. If it's a feeling, if it's a thought, if it's a belief system, if it's something somebody said and then you become influenced, if it's because it's a conversation that you've had. Last little bit, if this is a relationship, it could be, I'm going to go with, this is such a weird way of saying this. It's not weird, but it could be your relationship with money. If this is about relationship and how you feel about money, your upbringing around money, your belief systems around money, you're about to start a new chapter. Okay? Now getting to specifically, if we're talking about money, you might be experiencing a little bit of stagnation, or stagnation could kind of start to show up a little bit, but that's okay. Because again, once you process this information, if this is your reading, you have the authority to shift that energy. You have the authority to do that. Not me, not this guy, not that guy, right? So maybe after this reading, after things kind of, you drink them in and they marinate for a hot second, you will feel differently. So if this is about money, physical, tangible money, you might be feeling like, I don't have enough. I'm going through a period of stagnation. But understand, chill, slow down, and allow some kind of positive inspiration to come in to help you push through that. Right? This is feeling like a little bit of lack of growth. I'm not growing. I'm not expanding. I'm not excelling. I'm not moving on. I'm not moving up, right? I don't see a bigger number. I'm seeing it shrinking, or it's stagnant. It's staying. So there's something there. I just needed to throw that out for somebody. Okay? That is the reading. I hope that this makes sense. I thank you all for tuning in. I hope I have been speaking clearly and articulating the message well and not talking too fast. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys, what's today? Monday, tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow night if anybody would like to join me and see if we can shift some of this energy. That's your homework. That's your homework. Try to see what you can do to shift yourself. If you guys have any questions regarding this reading, feel free to drop a line, drop a message. Otherwise, have a good night. In love and light, friends. Take care.